Do you feel it? Do you feel it in the air? Do you feel it? Do you feel it?
Be really careful on your share size on ZFGN. Always better to err on the side of small share size than large share size. I would say this is probably a continued just careful on the share sizing with that. Let's take a look at Travelers Group, TRV. Really like the daily chart on Travelers Group as a short. So when I look at this daily chart, it's a double top. It's crossing 114. It should go down to 112. TRV short. Okay. Trigger 114. Okay. Let's take a look at AVGO. AVGO. I like the fact that AVGO is gapping up above all prior. I mean, this is a blue sky breakout, basically. It's kind of high priced, so we'll just say AVGO, blue sky. Traded obviously with caution. I've never seen it trade. I mean, look at if you were to make this a daily bar, I mean, you could see this thing is like a huge check mark. Now, I don't know if you can short this because it's fairly new. So just keep that in mind. Super size gap, right? Trade that one with caution. I won't be trading it. It's not my cup of tea. DayX, we got 4 minutes to the open. DayX is gapping up above the prior gap level. I generally think, I mean, I'm going to call DayX, DYAX, a Momo play. DYAX, Momo. Two stocks I really want to look at are, number one is QCOM. Okay, QCOM had a huge doji, gravestone doji. I would think that QCOM, which is gapping up slightly to 52.23, is probably going to be a short. So I'm going to really be watching QCOM as a short on a gravestone doji. I thought yesterday it would gap down. I lost the bet. It was closing right at 51.99. It gapped up, which actually makes it a great fade. Fade and sell setup. Last two stocks are my two favorites that you guys know I always use as indicators, which is Apple, okay, which is gapping up, and of course Facebook, which had a big announcement yesterday, which was related to the Zuckerberg announcement that he's giving away all his money, which is gapping up. I do think they're going to dip and rip. That's what they do every day. They almost always close at the low and gap up. That seems to be what they do every day. So keep an eye on that. Also, guys, UVXY watch. Let's watch the UVXY. Okay, so let's do the UVXY watch. If the UVXY starts percolating, you can trade that, or probably a better solution is to trade the QID. QID had a very big bullish reversal bar. If it breaks above $29, QID long. QID long. Watch. All right, guys. 1 minute to open. I'm going to watch QCOM on the open. I'll be here. Just let's see how it goes. Trade well, everybody. KR and the other one too, BRCM. Okay, guys, I took a small short position on QCOM. KR. Is looking like a gap and go, guys. No fade on KR. Okay, just be careful of it. QCOM short is working, guys, so far. BRCM. I think BRCM is going to be a good fade as well. I would love to have some long exposure. I think the KR will be some good long exposure if it pulls back. I'm just very leery of it. That's a very big pullback. KR might be a good short too. I'm not really not loving the KR, guys. I think it's a good short. That was my initial gut feeling. The problem with the KR is it's just hard, it's going to be hard to short it. It's all over the map. I just tried, I couldn't get it. Got a little bit. I may regret it. Okay, so it dipped so far and deep on the 5-minute low break on KR. I'm not sure if that's going to be like a dip that like immediately, goes up, because it's right there at the moving average on the 1 minute. QCOM working. I'm going to add to the QCOM. I'm trying to cover some only because on this little training account that I have limited buying power. KR, if it gets through this moving average, goes down to 38.20. I think the best short on KR was at the high when it was trying to break out and failed. QCOM not so much now, guys. It's let's see if it fails here. I may have missed my out on QCOM. BRCM. Pandora also might be good. Pandora is a short, gap and go down. BRCM starting to show signs of fading, guys. BRCM. If it breaks this low, continues down. KR is bouncing, so I may just kill that one. Killing the KR, not liking the way it's, there's too much volatility in KR. I missed the best entry on KR when it spiked up. It's funny because the market was the better fade. The market actually faded the gap like I thought it would. Unfortunately, the stocks that I picked again, my stock selection has been off. Would have been better off trading the market. Pandora was a good short. That was the gap and go down. I think Pandora is still a good short. QCOM's probably going to work. It just needs to break the daily low. KR looks like a sell setup. Could also be a trigger to the upside. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter what it is. I didn't get stopped, though. I was very close to getting stopped. Oh, I got stopped. Actually, I shouldn't have gotten stopped. I put in the wrong price, which stopped me. QCOM. QCOM, guys, looking like a short. I'm going to add to the QCOM. BRCM still looks good to me. QCOM still looks good to me. BRCM's getting ready for a leg down. I missed my first out. I had a target at 57.31 on BRCM. So QCOM going, guys. QCOM. Haven't hit my target yet. My target's just above 51.90 on QCOM. Thank you, that was at 9:30 PSTG. Let's see BRCM. BRCM just made a nice impulse down. Okay, it just covered some of my shares. Hopefully it breaks the low, because I mean this is a day maker, BRCM. If it gets into the gap fade, break of the 5-minute low. Well, it tested the 5-minute low. QCOM also testing the lows. It did break the, to me, the BRCM broke the 5-minute low, so it should go. You see KR, I haven't looked at it since I got out of it. It'll make me sick if it works. No, it didn't. Okay, it's fine. QCOM. I must have put my target too low on QCOM because I did not get filled. And this is like the do or die point for BRCM, because if it bounces off this level, okay, then it rejected the low break. Okay, right now it's still testing the low break. Usually it makes a 1, 2, 3 zigzag down. QCOM going. I did not cover yet. QCOM starting to show signs of breaking, guys. I'm going to cover some just because I'm a little heavy in it. And last time I didn't get filled. Actually, I'm right there to get filled. If you can go through the whole number. Okay, guys, BRCM trying to break the low. I just filled some more on... No, I didn't. Come on, BRCM. Teasing me. QCOM. Come on, 94. Come on, 94. It's at 95. 96. 90. Come on, 94. I took 96. Now it's going to go to 94. I'm going to be pissed. Oh, I covered 96. It's going to go through 94. There it goes. BRCM. Guys, BRCM going to break the low. Very painful. Trading has been painful, like excruciating, like things aren't breaking, following through. There goes BRCM, guys. I think this is through. The next stop will be 57, which is the whole number. Guys, if it doesn't break down, you're going to have to get out because it either breaks down or it doesn't, right? If it breaks down, there's a huge degree of downside. It's really battling right here. I mean, if you look at the level 2, it's just ticking away, ticking away, ticking away. Here we go, guys. I have a stop at 57.22. Looks like QCOM broke down too. QCOM is breaking down as well. I will add on QCOM and BRCM once they are through these breakdown levels. I got stopped on the BRCM. It shot up. QCOM I'm going to cover as well. I'm going to hold a little bit of QCOM just in case it goes down. I'm going to look for some other trades because these did not, all they were a wash for me. Based on my average cost and everything, they were just washes. Both of them worked, but they didn't work well enough for me to capitalize on them. And the KR didn't work, so kind of wiped out whatever I would have gotten from it. The one that I should have taken is Pandora, which is still good, by the way. The Pandora short still looks good. And a few of you took the Pandora short, which really was the right move. Okay, guys, I'm probably going to nibble a little bit on Pandora. I do think it's a little bit of a late move because the best move was the first move. Irwin, great trades on QCOM and BRCM. I did not take Pandora. Most of you did okay. Dr. J doing great with his market neutral strategy. Nice play on the UVXY, Dr. J. I still think QCOM is good, guys. I'm probably going to revisit the QCOM. This is what's called an N pattern. Drop, secondary drop, curl up, which is a little mini bear flag inside of a downtrend. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to let the QCOM get a little altitude, and then I'm going to short the altitude. BRCM broke. Freaking. That spike took me out. Guys, BRCM has a long way in it. So let's try to get some short on BRCM. That spike took me out right there. So I'll just show you my trades. Ended up flat for the morning, which has been the recipe of the week. KR lost $64. BRCM made 29. Lost 4 on the little spike. Right, that was when it spiked up to my stop price of 57.23. And QCOM I made 45 bucks. Still think both of these trades are good. BRCM has a long way still to fade. I like BRCM and I like QCOM short. They have both triggered down. They are both below their 5-minute low. I overshorted. I put a little bit too much size on one of them, but I'm going to fix that now. QCOM. There goes QCOM, guys. QCOM breaking. Phyllis, you have good position, so you should cover some soon. Let it run a little bit, but then cover half. So when you're in a gap trade, okay, when you're in a gap trade like QCOM, the next stop is you take the gap. Okay, if you take this gap, right now we're hitting the low of, we're actually not into the fade yet. We're into the low of the gap up. So it needs to break this level here at 51.82. And that's because if you look at the prior day, we're at 51.82. So usually you'd cover half your position if you're like Phyllis and you're short here from up here. So you cover half because now this is the zone where it might bounce. Me, I can't do that because my short is too close. I'm only short at 81.86. So the only way I make money is if this breaks. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my stop above $52, the whole number. Okay, and hope for the break. Worst case, with 150 shares, if I'm short from 51.86, I have 15 cents worth of stop. So I'm only going to risk $20, $25. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, 50% of the gap fill is where I would expect this to go. So if this is the close before the gap, and this is the gap up, I'd expect it to fade about 50%. So that would be around 50.68. Okay? So 50. So actually, what could happen is I could go down all the way down to 51. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put and this has the TurboTick has a really good feature. Okay, so far the BRCM's working great. I mean, the QCOM is working great. Okay, up a little bit. I'm going to try to let this run. It's already at 50.69. I'm going to try to let this one run a little bit. I don't know what I did with my window here. There it is. Now, guys, I want you to realize something. There's a lot of safety in this trade, okay? Because now it's already proven to go down. All right? So chances are this one will continue to run down as people see it breaking the low. And the way that they're seeing it breaking the low is on their high-low ticker. Well, let's see BRCM. See, BRCM is bouncing. And what I did wrong, by the way, and this is part of just doing the presentation, is I accidentally shorted, I was supposed to short 200 of QCOM. I shorted 200 of BRCM. Instead of 200 of QCOM, I only shorted 150, and then I lost the advantageous entry price. I still think BRCM is probably going to be a good short. It's just going to take longer to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover some of my QCOM. $50 shares. So then you can see some realized P&L. So on BRCM, I'm actually going to have to short more because I still like the trade. But now it has more altitude to it. And I will put a stop on it because now I'm close to my stop. My stop out point will be above here. Now what that does, by the way, is it brings up my average cost. So my entry price was at 57.10. So I'm at 57.26. I'm really only 17 cents from my entry, but because I have 300 shares, that's why it's 50 some odd dollars. Okay, I'm pretty close to my, I'm gonna put my stop in at 57 spot 52. So I hit position. Actually, BRCM is hooking back down, which is good. BRCM is now probably a good trigger on the 1 minute. QCOM is at my next target. I'm going to cover another 50 shares. On any bounce on QCOM, by the way, I would like to short it again. Phyllis, yep, good job. You covered half. Okay, I'm going to cover a little more QCOM. Once it breaks the low. I'd like to run it down to 51. Let's see. Let's see, TVIX. TVIX is also a good long. TVIX is the velocity shares 2 times VIX short. Interesting. QCOM just broke the low. It's almost to my $51 cover point. It's covered a little bit more. Phyllis, great job running the trade. There will be a bounce soon on this. And with 25 shares, you should have no problem, watching the bounce. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, guys, during this time, while I'm managing my QCOM, my BRCM has been working. So now BRCM is green. By the way, now I don't want to watch QCOM, right? So my entry price on QCOM is, entry price on QCOM, where are you? There it is. Okay, 51.86 on QCOM. So it's 50 cents higher. Okay? Okay, guys, BRCM is working. So I'm going to start covering some BRCM. I'm not going to worry about QCOM too much. Okay, guys, I covered 100 of it. I'm going to short 50 more. I oversold. I overcovered, rather. So now I booked $33 in realized profit. I'm up $110. Okay? I could cover a little more just because I didn't mind having only 100. Okay, so now, guys, I have 2 very good riskless positions. My short price on BRCM, my entry price is at 57.08. Okay, which means that I got a pretty good entry price right in the middle of the range. All right, if this breaks down, okay, I'm going to put my stop on my 100 shares right above 57, this little level here. If it breaks down, I'm going to try to add, because now I got a $100 cushion on the day for the first time this week. It's like fishing. You got to have patience. Erwin, nice trade, buddy. Okay, guys, we might be breaking the lows here on BRCM. I added a little bit. I want to see QCOM because I think QCOM might have been done. It might be done bouncing. So I'm going to add a little bit on QCOM. Now I have 50 shares. Okay, guys, the QCOM ad is working. I'm going to also add some more on BRCM. It's right at the moving averages. QCOM ad is working. I'll take off another 25 shares. That was crazy. BRCM looks like a sell setup. I will only add up to 300 shares. So that was my original share size position. Now I got 250. QCOM guys back down to the low. I wish I would have held on for that original order. I want to see if BRCM breaks the low. Right now it's going in my favor, but it hasn't really hooked down yet because this could be a red bar ignored still. BRCM bounced because it hit the 5-minute rising 10-period moving average, which is usually one of the spots where we start to take our check marks. So I'm really going to have my finger on the trigger for BRCM just in case it starts to go up instead of down. You see where it is right there at the rising moving average? I just covered a little bit. I'm a little disconcerted by the way that it's holding up. So I just reduced my share size a little bit. It's now through the moving average. That's positive. But if it puts in a higher low, then I'm probably just going to kill it. Facebook now in the dip zone, right? So you know how Facebook likes to dip and rip? It's only put in one bottom. I'd like it to put in a higher low. Guys, QCOM, okay, watch it. It's bear flagging. Up near the top of the range could be the pause that refreshes. That's the level that I'm watching on QCOM, by the way. right in that area. I'm running out of my 1 hour trader time. Nice job, John Streetman, on that TVIX. Nice trade on that. Phyllis, great trade on the QCOM. Great trade on Yahoo yesterday. Jed, nice trade on Nugget. You made a Nugget. Marty, great trades on QCOM and BRCM. Great trades on QCOM and BRCM. Emery, are you back online? Guys, I'm gonna nibble on QCOM again right here. $50 is my protection point. BRCM, guys, BRCM did not bounce. Failure to bounce, BRCM. QCOM working. Just covering some of my shares here. All right, guys, just broke through the low. Didn't quite get to my 51 point. I'm just going to cover the BRCM. It's not doing what I thought it would do. It'll probably work. But I have to go soon. QCOM at 26. QCOM at 22. Covered a little bit more. QCOM's heading to that number right there, right at the whole number. Larry, nice one on QCOM. Got you green, baby. All right, guys, I'm up 110. I'm sure this will probably go further. It's my MO. Okay? At least I had a green day finally in, on this demonstration account. And overall, we had a great day. All the other trading that I've been doing. Really nice overall trading. I do think QCOM is going to go further.